If you want to hear what I thought of quad number 12 for 2019 and see what I have in store as the first quad for 2020, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, we are going to talk about quad number 12 of my first year of doing quad of the month. And this is the quad in question. If you are curious about a review of all 12 quads, it is coming. I'm going to do a recap of every month, just so we can take a look at what was in the quad of the month throughout the year, kind of in a condensed version. And if you have any suggestions or whatnot, I'm going to ask for them in that video to make 2020 quad of the month just as, if not more interesting. Okay, so let's talk about the quad at hand as far as a review. This is a quad that was 100% Clionadh Cosmetics shadows. And I made that quad on purpose. I decided to do a one brand quad. I had by default done so with the Morphe 39A just because I had a bunch of singles from that brand. But later in the year, I ended up having more and more singles from indie brands, which is why I decided to do this quad. Now, I have no problem with mixing up brands, as you will see from the quad review and for what I have planned in 2020. But in this case, I just wanted to use shadows from Clionadh from the mystery bags that I had. I will put that video right here. I received six times 4 or 6 times 6. I think it was a total of 20. Yeah, 6 times 4. I received a total of 27 shadows. 6 mystery bags, and then 3 from a girlfriend of mine. So that was a lot of influx of Clionadh, and it was all, for the most part, shadows that I would not necessarily have picked myself. Out of this quad, I can guarantee you climate change I would have picked, but not necessarily everything else in here. And that's what makes mystery bags great, because I thoroughly enjoyed all 4 of these. So let's just talk about these shadows. I ended up doing 3 looks with these shadows. The third one is what I am sporting on my eye right now. And what I have is Fog, which is a beautiful blue and kind of peachy goldy shift, and this one called Inkwell. They are very, very pigmented. It does not take a lot to do a look. Here's one of Inkwell, and let me do Fog for you. And Fog is such a good name for these, for this specific color. So this is what they look like. Hopefully you can see the colors. And you can definitely see that on my eye. Now, the only additional thing I have is on my brow bone. I put on the Elizabeth Arden Holiday 2019 highlighter, right on the brow bone. And the rest of my eye is simply the black and Fog. And I used Fog mostly on the inner lid to pass the center lid about here, and just deepened up my eye with Inkwell. That's it. 2 main colors from this quad, and that's it. And that's actually what I did for each one of the looks I did, was just the one inner lid to center lid color and black. And I thought each one of the looks turned out really, really nicely. Super simple, 5 minutes to do, which is my complaint about Clionadh, is that you can end up with a really nice look with minimal effort. Feels almost like you're cheating. So this was officially my cheating quad for the end of 2019. Look at these. Do you see Fog, how amazing it is? It's just beautiful. And Inkwell is definitely very, very black. I really enjoyed using this quad. I'm going to wipe my fingers and my hand, and we're going to talk about the first quad of 2020. The explanation on the Clionadh quad felt so short, but you know what? The brevity matches how quick it is to do a look with Clionadh shadows. I decided that since I had so much fun with the Clionadh quad, and that now that I have more indie brands in those circular pans that fit into these kinds of 4-pan palettes from Anastasia, that I would continue on the theme. And so I have 4 shadows here again, but they are from 3 brands. The only repeat brand that you're going to see, like heavily repeated from last year, is one shadow right here, which is the 39A, so Morphe Dare to Create. This is Cat Eye. So this is the only one that is a kind of really, really broadly distributed kind of eyeshadow. This next one here, which is the other matte, is an Annabelle eyeshadow. Annabelle is a Canadian brand. I don't have the name of this shadow though. Got lost somehow, and it's a light gray. So a very basic cool tone, a very basic warm tone. And then these two are a little bit different. This one right up here, and you might be able to see the shift. It goes green to gold to brown, or bronze, and it is the Luxie Outlaw, and I think that's such a good name for it. Luxie Outlaw by Luxie Beauty. And then the last one to talk about is this one right here in the 3rd position, and that is Luxie Noir. So it's interesting because it's kind of a bluish lavender color, but the name is Noir, which of course means black. So let's swatch these on the back of my hand as I normally do, and we will see what happens. I did not swatch any of these when I decided to put them in this Quad of the Month project. I'm actually going to do the 2 mattes first. So the Annabelle and the 39A, what's it called, Cat Eye. Okay, so here's the Annabelle. And definitely needs to be built up. And here is the Cat Eye. Okay, that one has a lot more to it. I'm just going to fix the swatch a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Those are the first 2 mattes, and I'm going to go, as I said, back into Annabelle and Cat Eye. And mattes, it's not unusual to have to go twice because they tend to be patchy on the first go. Although I recently did Juvia's Place swatches and the mattes were just so good. I still double swatched, but there was a lot of opacity on the first go. Okay, so this gray, it's a bluish gray. And now I've got, just make sure I've got the right finger. Okay, so we definitely have more of a chocolatey brown and a coolish blue-gray, which I think is going to go well with some of the pairings here. The Annabelle shadow, I wonder if it's getting old. I'm just going to go, you can see it on the fingers. I'm just going to go and see if I can make it more even, because my hand is, it's not quite a smooth surface when I make a fist, so I'm trying to see if I can get a better swatch for you. I think that's smoother. See if this works. No, nothing else is working. Okay, so those are the 2 swatches, fingers again. And let's go into the other 2 shadows that are a lot more textured and interesting. My swatches could also be affected by the fact that it's super, super dry here right now. We're in January in Winnipeg, and it's very, very cold. And so the air does not retain the moisture. We have what's it called? Humidifier in the house right now going full blast, and it's still very, very dry. Okay, so we're going to go into the Luxie Beauty Outlaw and then this one called Noir down here, both from Luxie Beauty, and we are going to see some pretty amazing swatches from those 2, I think. Here are the fingers. Yeah, they're looking really good. Okay, let's see how this goes. That is very pretty. Very pretty. Okay, and this one, the Noir. I am really looking forward to doing some looks with these four colors because it is not a pairing that I would normally go for. And I think I'm going to double swatch Noir just because it's not as opaque as Outlaw. Some more here, and let's see. I was just playing with my dog and there's a dog hair on my sleeve. She loses so much hair, it's crazy. And there we go. Okay, so that is the quad for this first month of 2020. We're out of the teens, and I'm really curious. I'm really curious to see what I'm going to do. And I think that the obvious pairings are these two right here and then these two, but we will see. I could also use these three or these three. We'll see. We'll see what I end up with. But they're very unusual colors, especially the two from Luxie Beauty. And I really want to use more of my unusual colors for everyday looks than I have been. This is one example. Fog can be a little bit weird and different, and I really want to make, I use wearable with quotation marks, but I want to use more of my edgy colors in more wearable ways so that no matter the occasion, no matter what I'm doing, that I can wear any color that strikes my fancy. And I'm not worried about what people will think or whatnot. What I am concerned about is respecting other people and not making them uncomfortable or think that I'm not respectful when certain events or situations warrant not drawing outside the lines. And you know, like, let me give you an extreme example, a funeral. I want to make sure that I'm respectful to the folks who need to be in the moment and need to do what they need to do, right? Or somebody who has a really important presentation. I don't want to be a distraction to them, that kind of thing. So I want to learn more about how I can use all of my colors while being a good friend, a good partner, a good colleague. So yeah, there we have it. I'm really happy with this. Let's see what I come up with. I was really happy with the three looks I came up with for the Clionadh quad, and I'm looking forward to this one. And if anything, maybe my quads will keep getting edgier, as in harder and harder to pair, and I think that's okay. Let me know what you think of last month's quad's looks and what you think of the quad I have for the first month in 2020. I look forward to your feedback and suggested looks if you have some pairings that you think would be great. And with that, I say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.